Good morning. On today's episode of that you should do before doing, I did not check my messages and I just drove an hour to go try to pick up a part. And the person had messaged me before I even left and told me that it was actually like broken. So now I'm driving 2 hours just for fun. But I went to Harbor Freight and I got this transfer pump to try to do the transmission fluid without spending $100 because this was $10. And then I got this blade scraper to scrape off that gasket off of the whatever it is called. Oh yeah, the water pump gasket that was cooked on. So I'm gonna scrape that surface clean before mating up the new water pump. And yeah, so now I'm heading back. Got an hour drive ahead of me, and then we're gonna torque up the oil cooler, and we're gonna do the water pump, and then we're gonna do whatever else we can do. Awesome. Back to our box of fun. This is the brake pads. Get that out of the way. Then we got water pump. We're gonna pop that in today. And we're going to, got some shop towels. Go in our box of fun. We need to see these, because we went to Harbor Freight and got that pump, so we need to see if this fits on the pump. Just need one of these bad boys. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna go test it, see if it fits. So we got 3 things going on here, or I guess 1, 2, 3. We know this fits, which is good, because that goes into here to pump the liquid out. And then this, we need to take this little fitting that it comes with off and see if the adapter we got fits in there. All right, we got that out. Now we need to see if this fits in, or if we have to buy something else. Oh, hey. Low-key perfect. So instead of spending like $100 on a pump, or even 40 on that, there's like a funnel that comes with a plastic one of these, and then it's silicone tubing, and then a funnel that you pour this into. This is only $10, plus this was $15. It's a CTS, or CTA, sorry, CTA. It's metal, it's very nice, and that's $15, so 25. That's not bad. It's like probably the cheapest method you could do, besides pouring it in through the filter, which I don't want to do because I want to be able to set the level. That's why I bought the scan tool, which also came yesterday. Awesome. So we got some gloves so we can stop being dirty. We got some more shop towels. I don't know if we're going to do this today. Depends, but we'll see. Let's put this away and go get to work on the water pump. We got to scrape a gasket. Ceiling boop. We got to scrape a gasket that's caked up, so I got a razor blade scraper too. And then once we scrape that gasket off, we can pop the new water pump on. We got to retorque the oil cooler. We got all those bolts in. We got to take the little piece of tape off that got stuck on one of them doing the tape method. So tape, torque oil cooler, water pump gasket scrape, pop the water gasket in, and then water pump with the new gasket, and then we'll see what comes next. Back in it. So that's in the way. I got everything all taped up. That's the gasket we gotta scrape. Let's start there. You see all that? Oh, it's nasty. Yeah, I gotta clean that up. Shop towels, check. Gloves, check. Razor blade, scraper, check. All right, we got that all cleaned up as best we can. Still looks a little dirty, but it's all smooth, so that'll do. Now we're just gonna clean up some of this before putting in the new water pump. We already cleaned up a good amount of it. It was really dirty, but we're just gonna get some of the finishing touches. Then we gotta take out that one bolt in there that has the tape. Take the tape off, redo it. We're working on getting that tape covered bolt out. Oh, I got it, I dropped it. Oh, it's right there. There it is, okay. So that stuck on too well to the tip. We need to stick it on better to the end. Let's try it again. So we got this done better this time. Very strong on here. Let's get it in there. Success. Okay. So the torque specs I found for it was 25 Newton meters, 18 foot-pounds. We got those all torqued up. Now it's time to pop this little union in. We got this all cleaned up. Pretty nice. We'll lube these up with a little bit of oil and then pop her in. We got her all lubed up. Now let's get her in. That's in. So we'll get that looped up and then pop this on. Take off that end and get the belt on. We got her all lubed up. Now I'm just gotta shimmy her in. We got the water pump seated in there. We took the union out of the oil cooler and just put it into the water pump and then fed it into the oil cooler, and that was easier. And now we're gonna get this belt back on, put the cover on, and then I'm just hand tightening a couple of these to hold it on. And then we'll get all these plugged back up. Get the belt back on there. Then we gotta get the cover on. And we also gotta put this bracket back on. We might do that first because we're gonna lose a lot of room. So we'll get that back on real quick. And then these guys gotta clip back up and go back into it. We got that all in there. All snug. Now we're gonna get these connectors back in. And then the bottom one, we'll get those plugged back in, clipped back in there. Then we gotta plug in the bottom connector to the water pump. And then after that, we gotta put the cover back on here. And now the cover sits in there nice. We got all 5 torqued up to 5.9 foot-pounds. Now we're gonna get all the hoses back in. We got most of the hoses back on. Now we gotta get this. This little guy goes over there. Kind of like that. And then this big guy, it goes like that. And then we gotta put the middle piece in. Also, I'm gonna take that off and JB weld it. We got that JB welded up. It doesn't look pretty, but I think it'll hold. So now moving on, we're gonna put this pipe back in. So we gotta get these two T30s and pop them back in here and over there.